Hey everybody, it's Chugga-Conroy. Welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last episode, we got to Snowhead, Land of Dandruff. And in this episode, we're going to start off by pounding off this switch here in Snowhead to see what else this dungeon might have in store for us. So we're going to go ahead and put on our Goron mask once again. We're going to pound this in. Okay. And then now we're gonna go over here, I think, and we want to pound this in. There we go. Okay, so now we gotta hurry the hell up, let the white bows not disturb us, because we gotta hurry up and get up here. And okay, and we're home free now. Okay, very nice. So this is where we're gonna be spending a bulk of the dungeon, like I said last episode. You're gonna have to master the Goron roll, and it was really not a good omen for how my Goron rolls are going to be going if I was failing so hard in the first room that you use it in. So, gonna go over here, gonna punch that open, and okay. Heading in here, we got some ice enemies as well as some other stuff that we can do. I'm gonna ignore this room for right now and just let you know that that is a workaround to getting into that room that we were in before, where we got the dungeon map. And I'm going to roll on, gotta keep on rolling. I don't know why I'm using an Asian accent. Okay, can I do this? You know what? I have an idea. Deku mask. Poor guy. Yep, okay, that is a good strategy. Just, if you make sure you can land in the lava, and then just Deku mask so that you get carried back up. Okay, very nice. Good strategy. Forgot that I did that. Okay, so, in here... Uh-oh. Door closed behind us. Meet Wizrobe, the mid-boss of this area. Wizrobe, you're gonna... Normally you'd pull out your arrows and shoot him though, but if you're too close he's gonna go away. There is a way that you can get close to him and just hit him easily. Just do that. Goron roll up to him and punch him. You do a lot more damage that way, he goes down a lot quicker, and all around it's just a lot more fun to do. Because you don't know where he's gonna appear if you use your arrows, so just do it this way. See, after 2 hits he's already entering his second phase. Here he's gonna make copies of himself, and you gotta hit the real one. The real one's gonna have the most color to it. And wow, what a moron! This one. That was it! Yeah, I think my strategy works quite well. Even though I'm sure there's speedrunners that do the same thing, it's still something that I've done for a little while. Okay, so we got a chest in here. What do we got? He reaches in with one hand. Just awesome. And we got the fire arrow! Set it to C, and we can use magic to light things on fire with our arrows, though. So now we can do that trick with the arrows now anywhere. Okay. Just so you know, if you haven't guessed by now, every dungeon item is going to be arrow-related because we got the bow in the first one, so that we could use arrows to begin with. Now we have fire arrows, though, so we're going to be getting other types of arrows as we go through other dungeons, which I thought was kind of a cool little theme that they did. You know, so that the dungeon item isn't, like, super, super important. Like, it's not the only important thing, like in other Zelda games. That's one of the reasons why I like why I like this particular game a lot, is simply put, even though I didn't need to use a fire arrow there, I could just punch them. I really like how the dungeons, even though they're kind of few and far between, they're really well thought out, is what I really like. Get it thought out because we have the fire arrow? Anyway, that'll activate that platform, though. But before we do anything else, let's hop, 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 hop! I don't know why I'm talking in such a weird Asian accent all of a sudden. But doing that, get a stray fairy. Something that might want to be noted: you cannot use your fire arrows while using the Lens of Truth. Why? You'll have 2 items out that are both consuming magic, which is not a good thing. And the game designers apparently thought so too. Through the wall. If we go down here, now that we have the fire arrows, we can destroy this block of ice that we could not previously destroy. So we're gonna miss entirely and hit an enemy I can kill with a Goron punch. Yeah, that's great. No, return. No, I said return. Hitting B to use your sword is a good way to avoid doing that. Ah! Ah! Battle of Hoth! I like the Battle of Hoth. Hoth was always my favorite area in Star Wars. And everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, Chaga, I didn't know you like Star Wars. I don't know that you have... What is it with me and Asian voices all of a sudden? Jeez, I got Asian on the brain. Don't know why. Alright, small key. Very, very nice. So, now that we got all this out of the way, I'm gonna smack my lips because it bothers people. It's just like in that episode of Pac-Man. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got fire arrows we could use on that. Very nice. And there I go, smacking my lips again. Really bad habit I gotta get out of doing. Alright, so here we got some torches. Excuse me! First time I've said that in this project. Die. Die. Knocked your head off and then sliced apart the rest of your body. I am violent. I learned from the gym. I am the best. Okay, very nice. You know, Jim's the boss of the Bombers. He really should play Pokemon. You know why? Because then he'd be a gym leader. Okay, I had to. Come on. Come on. You thought it was funny. Admit it. I'm not unfunny, I swear. It's a quality video, right? Okay. Anyway. So what we gotta do is, we gotta shoot these torches. And what was really funny is players' guides when I was younger, they called these things braziers. And I always misread it as brazier, and I was like, how the heck are these things like bras? That doesn't make any sense. And I always called them braziers all those years. Braziers all those years. I don't know why. Okay, get over here. Go over here. Go in here. Go on here. Transform here. Stomp there. And up there. Yep. That pillar in the middle has now changed, and we can hit that switch down there should we want to reset it back to its original position, but we're not going to need to have to do that as long as we do things right. So, we now have that pillar restricting our movement in the middle, but that pillar is going to be able to help us later on. We got to work around that pillar in the middle should you fall down by the way you use the Deku form. Really the only time that we're going to see any use for the Deku form for quite a while. It's kind of sad, actually, but once you get the Goron form, the Deku form just doesn't get used as much throughout the rest of the game. It's kind of sad, actually, because I really would have liked to have seen it used more. Oh, well. What do we got here? Anything? I could have sworn that there were something down there, though, but oh well. Okay, so, going through here, we have a key. And this is not where I need to go, is it? Actually, yes, it is. Okay. What do you know? I actually have a good memory. And I sounded very rednecky when I said that. What is it with me and just weird voices in this dungeon? It's like this dungeon brings out the weirdest in me. I'm sure some people like it, though, and I'm sure some people are all like, oh my god, why are you talking like that? Can I punch you? Yay, I punched you! I love bluntness, and that heart is over my heart. That's great. Okay. Very, very nice. So what we gotta do is, gotta push this block, and ice physics puzzle! I know how much gamers love these! Especially if you played Pokemon! And it's better than them making you have to use HM moves and calling it a puzzle. Okay. Whoa! That was really close. Give me another fairy, got 10. Very nice. Go down here, and I'm going to pretend that I don't need to break that. I do need to break that. Shoot. Alright, yeah, do your wholehearted damage. That's hurting me just so bad. Okay, just die already. I said die already! This guy has the worst aim ever of any bad guy in any game. Seriously. Look at that! I am pushing around a block very slowly, and he cannot hit me. So you know what? He's probably just gonna do something to kill himself under survival of the fittest, though, so I'm just gonna leave him to die. He's gonna be left for dead. Okay. Whoa! Phantom Pots. That's something new in this game. Well, not really new in this game. It was also in Ocarina of Time and Link to the Past, though. But pots that fly at you is kind of weird. I always thought it was really pointless, though, because in Ocarina of Time, if you remember in the Spirit Temple when they happened, I don't know about you guys, but every time I ever get hit by those things, they contain hearts. So the damage would instantly get canceled out because I would collect the heart as soon as they hit me, making them an entirely pointless enemy that had no reason to exist. No idea why they thought it was a good idea, but hey, they did. Okay, so, should look pretty familiar. We've been doing quite a bit of backtracking. Now, you don't have to do this backtracking. There's another way that you can go through here using the stairs, should you not want to do all this backtracking. But I am doing it because I want to get all the stray fairies, and the stray fairies were on the way. Okay, so, going on through the door that I did not even see through the pillar. I just know the game that damn well. What we gotta do is, I guess I might as well just do this while I'm here because it was close. I'm gonna punch out these, and now that's gonna lower the pillar a bit, allowing it to be used later on. Okay, so we can't do anything here, so we got nothing else to do but commit suicide! Whoa! I rolled into the cage. This is Mario 64. Okay. Want to go up the stairs? You guys didn't really think I had nothing more to live for just because of, you know, just because there was a pillar in my way. Makes total sense. Alright, so back into the room that had this switch in it that we needed the fire arrows to activate. We're gonna activate, or we're gonna miss and hit another enemy that's in the way of the switch. All you have to do is melt the ice to activate the eye switch. Pretty much the law of Zelda games is if you see an eye, shoot it with your arrow. Unless it's Skyward Sword and you gotta do like that weird little circly-workly puzzle-y thingy-doodity. Thingity-doodity. Talking baby talk to you guys. Let's see if I can do this, because we're gonna need to practice doing that. Seriously, what you want to do is, right here with this guardrail, if you are not good at using the ground roll, practice, 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 because you are gonna have to do that, you're gonna have to do that without having that guardrail to help you. Pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean right now. Okay, so we got a key. It's pretty clear we got to use it in that door over there that's on screen for like a frame that I expect you to be able to see. Because that's where we're going next. Alright, so roll on over. Don't fail. Yes! Okay! Did that in one try, which is good because I was really worried I wouldn't be able to. Oh, man. That gives me such a feeling of relief that I did that in one try, because if you don't do it, you got to come all the way back up here and do it all over again. You're going to be climbing those stairs for a while. See ice on the wall over here that's draping down? That is a clear hint that there is going to be a fairy in there. Let's equip our arrows, just our regular ones, because don't want to use fire arrows. Do this. And up we go. And we got to equip our Great Fairy Mask. Or Great Fairy Mask, yeah. And why did I shoot? Stuff for blood. I'm a true American. I shoot whatever I see, even if it's just a wall. Like the villain in Avatar who is like, I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast without any milk. Oh wait, that's SpongeBob. I confused Avatar with SpongeBob. But then again, that does seem like something that guy would say. I mean, seriously, that guy was the villain in Avatar. That guy is the best, worst villain ever. I don't know if you guys agree, though, but... anyway. This... Gonna bring out my Deku Nuts, take off my mask. And what do you know? We got Dynalphos! I like how they have a codpiece on. Ha! And they're gonna shoot that. Oh, that really hurt. I probably should do a jump attack on them because that does more damage than a spin attack though, but I just like doing the spin attack though, so that's why I'm doing it. Okay. Good challenge is trying to fight Dynalphos using the Deku Mask because you are instantly killed by their fire. And that had a fairy in it. I don't know what it was doing with a fairy inside it. If you can get him against the wall and just spin attack like crazy, that's another good strategy for taking them out though, but either way, they each drop a stray fairy. In this room, you should have 14 stray fairies. There is only one more in the entire dungeon. So you really, really should have that many here. Okay, so back in the main room, we're going to have to drop down here, okay? But I think we're going to save the remainder of Snowhead for the next episode, okay? So next time on The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, we're going to be wrapping up Snowhead Temple and getting the last stray fairy that's in here, okay? See you guys then.